64 Tacos Podcasts presents Is This Song Good? This is episode 24, Depeche Mode, Dirt.
Okay, we're back with another episode of Is This Song Good? 64 Tacos podcast. We're continuing the cover song series. This week we're going to be doing a song by Depeche Mode called Dirt. It's a cover of the original by the Stooges. And I think I first heard this song when the album Exciter, around the time when Exciter came out. Early 2000s, I believe. And this was a B-side of one of their singles. And I just immediately fell in love with it. I actually liked it better than the song, the A-side, like the whatever the single was. And I thought it was their own song for a long time. And then all of a sudden I looked it up and found out that it was Stooges' song. And then I listened to that one and fell in love with that one all over again. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think about both these songs.
So I had not heard the Stooges song before. I'm passingly familiar with the Stooges. Of course, Lust for Life, everyone's heard that song. And then I think I know them best for, other than, Iggy Pop not wearing a shirt till he's like 75. I think I know them best from the Michael Hutchence cover of the song Passenger, and I've heard that their version of Passenger, which is a great cover and a great song in and of itself. So I know what the Stooges sound like, but I haven't spent a lot of time listening to them. And so I listened to the original first, just to try to get a feel for it. And I thought it was really good. It made me think that, the Stooges probably have some other good stuff to listen to. It's very bare bones. It doesn't have a ton of, what's the word? It's not super technical. It's very much like, just kind of raw punk energy, and sort of straightforward. A lot of repetition of the lyrics, but some songs can go on for 6+ minutes, be simple, and you're not like, oh, I wish the song was over, So I liked the original, and then when I put on the cover for the first 10 seconds or so, I thought, wait, did I get this right? Is this the right link? Because the Depeche Mode atmosphere is so different. What made me think first was the feeling it brought to mind was sinister, the sort of a sinister feeling, and I think that has, it makes you sort of pay attention to the lyrics in a different way than the Stooges version. I would say that I liked how different it sounded, and I'm not surprised that you thought it was one of their songs, Zach, because it feels very natural in the sort of Depeche Mode, if you will.
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever heard either of these songs, either version of this before, and it's gonna come as no surprise to you. I'm not a big fan of the punk. I know this wasn't a super punk song.
Yeah,
but it was just kind of meh. The Stooges version, it kept going and going, and for me, it could have been 3 minutes and wouldn't have been any worse. I don't think the extra 4 minutes to 7 minutes total, I don't think it added anything.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could have just put the song on repeat if I wanted to hear it for 7 minutes. The Depeche Mode version was probably better, but again, I didn't think it was anything special.
Better because it was shorter.
Yeah.
It was only 5 minutes.
It was only 5 minutes. Yeah. and the thing is, I'm not opposed to long songs. I just don't know why this song needed to be 7 minutes long. It just kind of kept meandering on and on. I mean, the bass line was, it was good enough, and it was fine. But
There's a lot of
bring
repetition.
anything new to. You didn't bring anything new to it.
I agree that I think what it feels like to me is that the guitar is very improvised, and they had sort of a bass song idea, and then they went in and they did a couple takes, and this 7-minute one was the best one that they had.
Sure. And it could have been that's exactly what it was. They were just doing a little jam session, and they recorded for 7 minutes and decided to be done with it and called it good. And that's what they put on the album or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And that's fine. There's a lot of albums from this time that have songs like that on there.
Right.
I just don't really get anything from it, and from this one in particular.
Yeah. I did like, Iggy Pop seemed a bit more subdued, at least. I mean, I'm not a huge Stooges fan, so I haven't really listened to a lot of their other music, but this seems like a more subdued performance from him. But I really like how he sort of punctuates like the ends of some of the, like I feel dirt, and like stuff like that. I really
he
appreciate
definitely Iggy Popped it. There's no doubt about that.
And I'm glad that Depeche Mode didn't try to do that kind of stuff. They really took it and, they gave it their kind of like electronic techno-y type of vibe to it. And I do agree with the sinister feel of it. I don't know what really made me like it so much from the beginning. I think it's the bass line. The bass line just really kind of, it's got this sort of rolly kind of, round, and it's very repetitive, but I just really like that bass line. I think it's a good song. I think the Depeche Mode one is actually better than the Stooges song.
I'd say it's exactly 2 minutes better.
Yeah.
Yep. 7/5 better. Yeah. I think, I think I probably prefer the, I think I probably prefer the Depeche Mode. I think it creates a more distinct, atmosphere, feeling. And I like I'm not a huge Depeche Mode fan. But if I hear it, I usually listen to it, on the radio or whatever. And, I like Dave Gahan's voice and like the sort of like, synthy dark pop type thing. I think the length of the song is, I think, Dave, for you, it's just not a thing that you like if it's not making changes, and that's just totally fine. That's like a personal preference. That doesn't really bother me. The fact that they just sort of, plopped along with the riff and made some small changes. I kind of think of it as, I think what we need to hear is a Iron Dragon analogy. That's what the world needs. Matt and I often when we play the game Iron Dragon, we'll play the long version, because that sort of like long period of you're just running around collecting, gold and money. I just kind of enjoy that sort of like, now we'll just do. It doesn't need to wrap up. Why not? I like this. Let's just let it roll along. And so the song kind of going on and on a little bit. You're not wrong. I don't disagree with that. And if you don't like that, totally makes sense why you wouldn't really, you'd want the single edit, like the 3-minute and 18-second version. I don't, honestly, it probably only needs about a minute and a half to get the point of the song across. There's not that many lyrics, and there's almost no changes. But I kind of don't mind it sort of like, rolling along, and I'm like, oh, this is good, not a song that made me think I have to listen to more Stooges, but more a song that made me think, well, there might be some Stooges out there that I like. I never had the urge to go find them, but hey, maybe there's some good stuff out there, because I like this just fine. So I would say, I like the original, and I think I like the cover version a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't have anything against either of them, but I would, if I had to listen to one, it would be the Depeche Mode, the cover version.
Mm-hmm.
So if you had 7 minutes before you died, you listen to the Depeche Mode version and then sit in silence for 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's better that way.
Hope for death at 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Zach, your feelings are You like the
Yeah,
cover?
Zach, did
more?
you voice your opinion as to what you liked better?
Yeah, I did.
Well, I was
And you're
not
not
paying
gonna repeat
attention, so say it
Okay.
again.
Well, I like the cover better.
Okay. Well, there we go. Up next week, we're going to talk about the Chris Isaak song "Wicked Game" as covered by the band Giant Drag. So tune in for that one.
I caught it on audio